I'm just going to put this into a response to Theodore Daniel, previously known as Pastor Daniel, on your YouTube channel. And I'm going to say that your previous live stream is recycled rhetoric to the same continual babble that you continuously put out. You seem really angry and bitter. And even in the comments, I think that you can't handle anyone criticizing your train of thought because you're indoctrinated. I already said you're the Apostle Saul, which is figurative because everybody knows that nothing in the Bible actually really ever happened. Everybody knows it's a storybook written by men. Everybody knows that people put their beliefs and their faith into what they feel is most proficient for the most part. But most people do it from a basic, limited understanding. I've already told you, Theodore Daniel, number one, you're incorrect in what you have to say. Doesn't matter to me if one person or 5 people or 0 people are watching me on my live stream. The message still gets out. I prove it in the real life, in the physical world. The basis and the biased opinion where you get the things you speak on, you've never experienced, you've never lived. And I find it offensive. In your last live stream, Pastor Daniel, Theodore Daniel, you were saying a lot of things that, like, literally, they make you sound very unwell. They make you sound mentally unstable. The fact that today's live stream, you actually changed your shirt for once. You only have one shirt. It's that blue and white checkered shirt you wear, which looks like it came. Everybody thinks that they have a voice deserving of being heard, which is untrue. And the fact that you can't contain yourself, you have anger for things that I'm not even going to describe it. If you look on my posts, I already made a post showing the link to his live stream that I'm speaking of in particular, even though I find all of your live streams very, very basic and boring. And you can't even use enough intelligence in your own self. I mean, if you had any sort of abilities, you'd be able to articulate things. And you wouldn't need to, I mean, you say things that are so low vibrational and low level. Why would you think that, I'm telling you, Theodore, you say things that are very, very low level and you're low vibration. Everybody can watch your live stream, see your low vibration. You know, you sweat it up, and it's funny because the internet supplies cowards nowadays that can't show their face. They make fake accounts. Even when they do show their face, ER17, look at you. You're sloppy, you're big, you're overweight now. You have hooters. Where you should have pectorals. And I mean, everybody knows that you and Theodore Daniel like to converse behind the scenes. Oh, where'd you go, Matt? You know, everybody knows that Matt's insufficient. Nobody's ever liked Matt. Matt had to make 400 and some odd other fake accounts, including his Aaron Haywood accounts, to try to deceive people. But the guy's got a low IQ, couldn't even help his mom when his mom needed his help. He couldn't even offer the good help to do anything, and in turn she's ended up losing her house because he's wasted a lot of time on irrational, factless. I mean, I'm not even going to promote your channel, Matt. That's why you make fake accounts. You try to get me to converse with you, but I've already excommunicated you. So is our whole crew. None of us like you, Matt. None of us like you either, Theodore. That's just a fact. Go make another fake account, Matt, so you can try to, I mean, I left your main account unblocked. Why don't you comment off that so everybody can see just how inferior you are? But the main fact of the matter was, Theodore Daniel, you got no basis or bias on what you say. None of you can prove anything other than what you've lived or experienced. Everything else is hearsay. So if you haven't experienced it, you have no business speaking on it. And it's these low vibrational portals, and what they try to do is get a reaction out of you. And they see that you're actually enlightened and you've reached the higher level scale past 144,000 or whatever the concept that your brain wants to depict to. It doesn't matter. I've already bypassed all that. And I've actually got proof in my videos to anybody that can actually hold a rational thought form and have an intelligent degree of rationalization. And you got to be balanced in your thinking. I already said, Theodore Daniel, you're Saul, the apostate Saul. If there's anyone in the Bible, that's you. You're Saul. And, you know, Saul eventually, not even philosophy, because you're holding up in your last live stream, you're holding up papers that are ripped out of a book. Where'd the cover go? I mean, that makes you look like, I mean, maybe there's a shortage of toilet paper in your area. Maybe that's why you choose to go that route. I have no idea. Well, I do have some idea, but I leave it pose my opinions. For the most part, I do music and nature videos, okay? And that's really where I found my zen in my hologram existence. And it's interesting how many time wasters there are out there, though. And it doesn't really make too much sense, because with all the technology, the information that's been released, all the work beings could have been doing on themselves, and to waste, you know, to waste your time on low-level activities tells a lot about your character or your lack of character. I made another account just to say something and try to seem important. And I won't, like, I'll ignore you, Matt, because in all honesty, I mean, you're not, like, take a look at you. You're not somebody I'd associate with in real life. How would I look if I take a video or I take a picture and all of a sudden I have some, like, out of shape, overweight looking, pudgy, bulgy-eyed weirdo? I mean, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Some aging chunk of coal. I wouldn't bother doing that, you know? Even in my real life, I associate with beings that are they're kind-hearted, you know, they're pure. When you associate with them, you feel good because it's a reciprocal positive energy. Has nothing to do with negativity. I come online, I come into YouTube, and everybody knows that I've had succession and furthers in bigger channels. And my smaller channels, I just find more entertaining for myself. It's literally just a record, even if, you know, even if it disappeared, which, I mean, in all honesty, I'm probably one of the only ones that follow the guidelines on YouTube curriculum right now and what the actual guidelines should be. It wouldn't really matter. It would still be in the ether. There's no going around it. But it's not up to me to make everybody analyze themselves. In all opinion, when I say I'm the creator, Abaddon of the Abyss, Archangel Abaddon, you know, most of you beings, you misinterpret that, so you'll sit there and you'll go look for a reference on Google, or you go look in a Bible, or you go around and you try to like examine. I mean, you know what? It's a persona, it's a character, it's a role, and YouTube used to be about creating your own content. So it's kind of like, some people do themselves as a super comic book hero. Some people portray themselves as some sort of it's all on how you want to market yourself. I mean, that's what this world's about. It's marketing something that hasn't been done before, and applying something new. It's not regurgitating something somebody else has already done before. Um, that's kind of an abstract way of thinking, and that doesn't lead to real growth or inner growth. It doesn't lead to any sort of impermanence. It doesn't lead to higher beings opening up and looking for you. I mean, most of you guys still have a basic understanding of how things are, because a lot of you haven't really lived and applied it to see whether or not it's knowledge. And when you're actually applying something to see whether or not it's knowledge, there's always a learning curve. Look at when you learn how to do something new, you learn how to do a new job. Every single time there's a bit of a learning curve, unless it's something that you're adapt to naturally. I mean, each being should honestly have their own gifts that they should be able to contribute in a positive. And when you see it's not being contributed in a positive, I mean, what is the point of bringing out every negative situation in the world? And you're always bringing up the negative. I mean, in all honesty, if you turn off the news, 99% of what you hear on there will never affect you, ever. It doesn't affect you. As soon as you start taking something you see on TV or you read something so you think you know something. I mean, hey, I've read storybooks too. But I know what I've lived and what I've applied, what I can accomplish in my own experience, because that's my experience. When you hear beings like Pastor Daniel, Actor Daniel, low vibrational Theodore Daniel, all he does is get angry. He talks about repetitive things. If you listen to his live streams, he's constantly repeating the same things over and over again, like a computer program. He shows no sign of being in a suspended state of animation. He shows no signs of having immortality. He can't do anything spiritual, so he's angry and he's lashing out. And he keeps making the reference to God. And the thing is, he doesn't say who his God is. People like Theodore Daniel that are just mortals, nobody ever gave him any credibility, so he's angry at the world. Usually beings like that wind up in an even lower system because they cannot deal well with society, is what happens. Beings like Matt, even on your channel, ER17, and I'm not going to give you much stage time here because I think you're irrelevant. Nobody liked you in 2018. It's now 2026, 8 years later. Nobody likes you now. Actually, I think I first came across you in 2017, unfortunately, and you had 8 subscribers on your channel, your original one, and nobody even liked you then. And then what you've had, I know of, because you had your ER channels. So you've had 19 of those so far, just your ER channels. And everybody knows you take them down because your information's so boring and you really have nothing to talk about. Even when you're insulting somebody, you say the most basic, low-level things and you sit there. I watch even in where you're speaking, your eyes are shifting over. You ever hear anything about shifty eyes? I mean, you got those shifty, bulgy eyes. And you don't look enlightened. You look like you're probably have poor health, Matt. Just like Theodore Daniel. You both look like you both have the big HIV. more than a blood disorder. And I mean, it's unfortunate that you can't communicate properly. You know, I mean, I've given you ample opportunity. The only comment that came up on here is, what's wrong with my face? I mean, what's wrong with my face? Why? Because I'm good looking? Because I look better than you? Because I can afford tattoos? Because I look like I've actually reached enlightenment and that bothers you? Go post up a picture on your real account of your real face showing yourself, and let me analyze your insecurities. I'm secure with myself because I have something that's called self-love, which develops over knowing your morals and your principles and being able to apply them in a high-level fashion. It's unfortunate that some of you can't be real with yourselves. And in all aspects, Theodore Daniel, I challenge you to a live stream. I challenge you to a live stream. Let's bring up where your mentality's at. Let's bring up where my mentality's at. Let's have a debate. Let's hear where you're coming from a normal perspective. Because in all honesty, what you say in your live streams is not normal. It makes no sense. There is no God coming down to judge everybody. I mean, that's kind of the weirdest thing I've ever heard. How would they do that? If something's invisible in the spirit, they're not going to be able to do anything to anybody in the physical realm. Two different vibrations. That's impossible. It would more so when you've developed a poor train of thought and a poor thought process, and you leave your body shell, and then you go into a different realm, and because you're preconditioned to believe a certain thing, that's exactly what you're going to experience. So Theodore Daniel, everything that you say, because you haven't lived it, you're going to experience that. Same with you, Matt. You guys are too... I haven't even really said anything negative. I've been pretty polite. I've been well-spoken. I mean, Matt, you want a live stream? Why don't you tell us how you think everybody's gang stalking you, and you'll post videos of you driving down the highway with weird titles about gang stalking, which, I mean, how does driving down the highway have anything to that's called a misleading title, along with a lot of you have misleading titles. If I put a title, big deal. It's usually for a music video, and I do it for entertainment purposes. It's entertainment to me. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy making music. I enjoy having high vibrations and positive vibrations. And it doesn't matter if people don't like it. When you're shining high and you're shining bright, you get so many miserable ones. Sometimes they try to get crews against you. Doesn't matter. You're all promotion to me. Even my negative naysayers, you're just promotion to me. Doesn't matter what your weird little videos are. My record speaks for itself. It doesn't really matter to me. So I'm going to put out a nice song. Well, who knows if it'll be nice. We'll see. But I took a video today and enjoying nature like I do every single day, which is top priority. I don't just sit in a little... It's funny because the beings that have been negative to me, not one of them have ever shown them walking around outside. There's never been a video proving that they exist outside of a room. At least in every video that I have, I prove that I'm actually out there and actually living life. I mean, it's not the same. If you're taking your videos from little rooms and, I mean, prove you exist outside of your little environment that you come on, your little green screen or whatever the things you think it is. But yeah, Matt, I challenge you and Theodore Daniel to live stream, and let's hash it out once and for all. Let's see who's more intelligent at the end of the day. Let's see who can have a discussion. Like me and Gary Wemmerdam had a couple of interviews. He's intelligent. There was a proper dialogue back and forth where two intelligent beings were actually cohesively creating something in a positive atmosphere. And there's too much negative nonsense in this world that wastes our time. And I'm not being a part of any of that. I'm literally living and enjoying my best life out in nature, and I'm constantly grounded in a positive train of thought. It doesn't even matter. There are no bad days. There is no big conspiracies out there. Again, it's like that kind of mentality should have gone away a long time ago. How about taking accountability and just being real with yourself? So, Theodore Daniel, I challenge you to a live stream. To you, Matt, ER17, I challenge you to a live stream. You guys have been shills in my comments since, 2017, 2018, saying the exact same stuff. I mean, we're almost a decade away from that now. You guys are still talking the same stuff. I've obviously evolved and improved my game, and you guys just sound like broken records, which is, it's weird. I mean, it's not me that looks bad. I hope you guys understand that. It's not me that looks bad when I actually have something intelligent to say, and these ones that want to pretend they're my adversaries. I mean, you guys must just like sit indoors all day and have no concept of what's real and what's not. What's real is what you do with your hands, how you apply yourself, how you treat other people, what your experiences are, enjoying yourself, having fun. Life shouldn't all be, doesn't matter that the negative stuff that's going on outside there that doesn't affect you. Why would you let it bother you and make you have a lower opinion of what you're able to accomplish? Because there's people that have had absolutely nothing. They become a billionaire, and some of you want to call them down. Who cares? They became a billionaire because they were intelligent enough to apply an idea and make their dream come true. Too many people sitting on the sidelines, not accomplishing anything, trying to tell beings that are accomplishing things how they're doing it wrong. And I mean, that's kind of like the crowd in a wrestling fan audience. It's kind of like the same mentality where they believe the show that's going on. Everybody knows that wrestling's fake. Everybody knows that wrestling's always been fake. Sure, some of the guys get hurt, whatever, but it's a show. But then you have the audience that's sitting there and who cares? It's a show. Get over it. Look at it like you're watching a TV show. It's no different. But why have a opinion where you actually have an emotional reaction to something that hasn't even affected you? Just because you watch something doesn't mean you have to take it on, in all honesty. But Theodore Daniel, I've never liked you. I've never liked you, Matt. Both of you coming from America, you guys say things to me over a computer you would never say to me in person. You guys, I mean, just wait for it. But I'll leave my comments up. Matt, ER17, and Theodore Daniel. Let's live stream. Bring on Steven Transow. I mean, I'd say bring on Greiker and that other guy, Michael Thompson, but I mean, they're not around anymore because they kept bothering me for too long, and for some reason, I mean, they're nowhere to be found right now. So, R.I.P. Nathaniel Davenport. And you guys are going to learn your lessons, right? I mean, Greiker was in Canada, right? So, I mean, that was a little easier to deal with for the authorities to come and arrest him for illegally saying my name. So I'll give you an opportunity though, Matt and Theo. I know you're little cuddle buddies. You guys try to coddle each other online. Matt even pretends to be somebody that Theodore Daniel thinks he's close with, which is funny. I know everything because everybody sends me screenshots. I just don't get involved, but we'll see what's up. Theodore Daniel, though, your last live stream was very amateur. I'm surprised you're allowed near technology. Same with you, Matt. Everybody knows you still live in your mom's basement at what, you're like 34 now, Matt. And what have you accomplished in your life? Nothing. So quit talking about me. Matt, maybe you should take all those videos down you made about me. I mean, I've got lots of videos on you too, but I've literally got you incriminating yourself with your own words. So that's different than you take an AI and CGI and a dumb little computer program, and doesn't matter to me. Truth always comes out in the end. Anyhow, I've wasted enough time here. I've got stuff to do. Nobody really had much to say in the comments, except for a GameBot account. Nobody. So we'll leave it at that. But Theodore Daniel, I mean, if you got something intelligent to say it. You know, do a live stream, add me to it. Same with you, Matt. Let's see where your brain's at. I want to see where your thought process is at. Let's see what kind of a thought process you got going on. And if you can't handle it, stop saying my name and go away. Those are your two options. So anyhow, figure it out. I'm out.